Good evening, guys. Welcome to the Afterthought live show. Hi, Mark. Hi, Brian. How are we doing?
All the better for seeing you, Seema.
Ha ha ha. All right, Brian. How are you? How was the wedding? No,
Back from
all in
Texas.
between.
I know Mark's talking shit about my sunglasses, but we've actually got nice weather today. No, doing good, doing good. How are y'all?
Yeah, we're all good. Did you manage to catch the game in between the wedding things?
I caught the highlights of it. Yesterday getting home, had to have it on in the background because the Bubs decided that they had not gotten used to the time change or anything like that.
Oh,
But yeah, ready to talk at least partially intelligently.
yeah.
That,
So,
that, that would be
we
a
got
first
it.
of Brian. I was just going to say that'd be a first of Brian speaks intelligently.
Wow, somebody's got fucking jokes there.
I'm straight into it, bro. I'm straight in. I've missed you, Brian. I've
Is
missed you.
that
It's 2
Richard
weeks.
coming in?
Yeah, that's Richard coming in.
Can you hear it? Can you hear us, Richard?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hi,
Fine.
good evening. Right,
Hi.
guys, so let's just make a start, okay? One thing I want to pick on first, because let's start with it first, the atmosphere. Now, I was in the stadium, so I know of different. You guys were watching on the telly. What was your take on the atmosphere? Because there's a bit of, 50-50 here. So, you go, Mark, first.
Yeah, for me, I was like I've experienced a couple of times, Seema, and it's normally on midweek games, and I have said this, and again we spoke like offshore regarding this, but normally I understand that people that are season ticket holders, you've got to pay now on top to get your Champions League, your cup games, etc.
Yeah.
So a lot of these guys don't do it, or maybe they do buy it trying to get their points up because of the ballot system that's in place, and then they'll resell their ticket on for face value. By the way, Arsenal, if you're watching, to get people in, and I just feel that the midweek games are normally really flat.
Yeah.
However, the weekend games normally, and I'm using normally as a thing, is they're massive. Regardless, the atmosphere is electric. The regular fans are there, the season ticket holders, everyone's inside that stadium, and it is jumping. It is absolutely buzzing. Now, I'm talking not about this season, last season, season before. We could have been down in 8th place when Mikel Merino just came into the football club, and we're playing Man United. That stadium's rocking, and that's Man United. Never mind another North London derby inside Chelsea.
Yeah.
So for me, Seema, I personally I felt it was extremely flat. And I felt it was flat against PSV as well in midweek. Midweek, again, I won't excuse, but I just feel that there's something. It's almost like Arsenal fans we could have won 5-0 and it wouldn't have exploded. Do you know, if we go back to the Manchester City game, I'm like, just to put perspective, you've got a big game, and Man City at the Emirates and Chelsea at the Emirates, for me, they're on par.
Yeah.
Like, Man City were challenging, and Chelsea, they've done us for years. So the atmosphere has to be very explosive. And the Man City game, my TV's up full blast when I'm watching the Man City game, and the whole building's rocking because you could hear the Emirates and everything's like jumping. And then I done it with Chelsea, and for me, it was just it wasn't even 30% of that.
I mean, Brian, you watch the highlights. What was your take through the highlights? I know sometimes with the highlights they can up the volume up for it, but what was your take?
No, I agree. I mean, the TV does a really good job, of picking up as much crowd noise as they can. And yeah, like I was really surprised. I mean, I guess because we're not that scared of Chelsea anymore that, we don't feel like we need to get that hype. But I did feel like something was lacking,
Yeah. I mean, do you think that is TV because it's Arsenal, or is it that in general? Because we have a lot of this going on at the moment, isn't it? Where Arsenal fans are thinking, well, the media have it in for us, so they're always downplaying. I'll get onto another thing about the media. There was a conversation that happened on the radio today, but do you think it's part of that, or is it just that genuine? Because there was a big difference between PSV and the Chelsea games, atmosphere wise.
No, I mean, like I'm talking more about like wherever they put the microphones or whatever like that. And so, yeah, I mean, especially, when we go to away games for whatever reason, we're really able to pick up the crowd noise there. And I would assume that the Emirates has an even better microphone setup, and it just wasn't there.
Yeah.
It just, people were there. We knew it, but we weren't nearly as excited as you'd think you would be.
Yeah. What about you, Richard? What was your take on that? Because I think you watch along, didn't you?
Yeah, there's been a few games over the last couple of seasons where that noise level had come back and that had dropped, and Chelsea, I can think of a few others this season where that atmosphere is flat. To me, because we've been challenging for a title, these lesser teams and teams on paper we should be beating, like Chelsea. The crowd are expecting it and they're not. So they're sitting there. They don't think they need to cheer the team on. They don't, and they're waiting for the team to do something to lift them rather than them lift the team.
I noticed this time there was more noise. Normally, in the clock end, we've got the Ashburton Army, so they're bringing in the drums and, they're edging the crowd on. The North Bank were far, far louder and greater. I literally couldn't hear the Ashburton Army edging that side up.
I also think that's the other issue, isn't it? Because I know originally the clock end had a big segment of the Ashburton Army.
Yeah.
But last season, the club
they had
decided
200
to split them up.
They had 200, yeah.
Yeah. So that has had an impact as well.
Yeah. No, that too. So from that, I wanted to go on to there was a comment made on one of the radio talk shows, the sports radio talk. And the comment was made that how comes when we were going for the title last season and we dropped off, we were called bottlers, but Liverpool have lost through the Champions League and they've lost now in the Carabao Cup. Why are they not being labelled bottlers? I'd go with you, Brian, first. Oh, hi, Daniel, by the way. I don't mean to ignore you.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Sorry, go on, Brian.
Unfortunately, yes, Daniel, we could hear you.
God damn, Mark's.
I don't even need to hear me.
Mark's on fire tonight.
I don't know.
No,
it's coming from me.
No,
so early.
That's a really good question. I mean, I think over here, and I know it's different, here in the talk radio over here, or what you can. But even over here, you have a lot of support, sympathy, whatever you want to call it, for Liverpool. I mean, I guess the easy answer is because they like Liverpool and they don't like Arsenal. But I also think that because we have been, as successful as we have over the past couple of seasons, where we finished 2 points back of City a couple of years ago, the handful of points last year, they are expecting more of us, even though it's not realistic, and because Liverpool doesn't necessarily have those expectations, or you wouldn't think that they do, given the way that they speak about it. No, they're not going to shit all over them, and they should. They should.
What's your take on that, Daniel? Did you hear the full question?
Yeah, I did.
Daniel?
I did.
Yeah. What's your take on it? Are we bottle jobs? Why are Liverpool not bottle jobs? They were on for the quad. 2 weeks ago, they were on for 4 weeks ago. Yeah. Go on, sorry.
Yeah, the reason I think they're not called brother job because in the last 5 years, Liverpool have won a lot of trophies. So you can't call someone who is a winner a butler. But in our case, we've not won a trophy since the last FA Cup
Yeah, but
in
they were running away with
2025.
everything, Daniel. Let me contradict you. They were running away
But
with everything.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, they are still going to end up winning the trophy. Probably they win the Premier League this season.
Yeah.
Last season they won.
That's
Last
the
season
other
they
thing
won
when
the
we go
Carabao
on.
Cup. Last
But
season they
again,
won the
last
Carabao
season
Cup.
they were.
Seasons
But again, last
before that.
season they were on for a quad at one point,
Yeah.
and the season before.
And the season before. So that's three seasons in a row they were on for a quad. They're not bottle jobs.
And then at the end of the day, they won a trophy. We didn't win any trophy in the last 4 or 5 years. So we are about a job. They are not because they're winners. They've won things we've
But
not
that
won anything.
but that kind of goes against what you're saying, because if they have won the trophies, then they do have that expectation to continue winning the trophies. And if they don't,
No,
then,
it doesn't.
then they should be bottle jobs.
It doesn't at all. I agree with Daniel on this, unfortunately. Daniel, did you know, love you, brother? But I think Liverpool have got credit in the bank. Arsenal don't. And I think that is the bottom line. It's about credit in the bank, Daniel. As simple as that. They have credit.
Yeah.
I don't.
I'm sorry, I don't agree.
I think
But if
Seba,
they-
you
but
look
if
so
they've got-
disappointed in my you look.
Well, I am. I'm very disappointed in you. Honestly, Daniel, I didn't expect it.
But then,
Do you know what
Mark,
that?
Mark, talking about your credit in the bank thing there. Why are people shitting all over City now? I mean,
Yeah.
believe me,
but
City lives rent free in my head.
Arsenal fans are shitting on City. Man United fans are shitting on City, but City fans are not shitting on City. They fans are like sitting back, like it's okay, right? We've got a rebuild going. Look what we've just achieved. It's credit at the bank. It's exactly what Daniel was saying as well. But you know what? I'm saying, if I was going to answer the question myself, and I shouldn't interrupt this because other people have done that to Daniel when I had to defend my brother. If I had to answer that, yeah, I know you love me, Seema, and I love you too.
Okay.
We can talk about this
Can we
after
get
the
back
show.
to the topic? Can
We'll
we get
talk
back to the
about this
topic,
after the
please?
show.
The topic.
Should we do the? You can do it as well. And then see we get some photos up. Like, what was the topic again? My mind
Bottle
just went
jobs.
what? Yeah, bottle jobs. So I think no, my head went there, Seema. You just take away my heart with that smile in your eyes. So anyway, back to the bottle jobs. What I think it is, and I think Arsenal have got one of the worst fan bases on this earth. If I'm being actually correct on this, and this is why you get the attacks. If it's from the media, Arsenal fans have to watch my words because you get corrected all the time for this. But Arsenal fans online are brutal. We are the worst. I actually don't think. I think Galatasaray fans are better behaved online than what Arsenal fans are, if I'm being honest. So when I go to a stadium, if I go to the Emirates, I meet beautiful human beings that are just. I meet some beautiful human beings online as well. So, but anyway, to get back to the point, if I go to the stadium, I meet brilliant Arsenal fans. You have great conversations, and everything is just normal. Speaking football, might not agree with every single point, and that is it. But the hate and everything else is not there. You go to the Arsenal away games, the exact same thing. You go to Newcastle away. I met amazing people, absolutely brilliant people. When I was there, same with the away fans. PSV, their fans, absolutely amazing. They got smashed, absolutely amazing. But then you come back online again after experiencing that, and you just see so much freaking hate. So I think that Michael Oliver, me and Daniel had an argument to prove that someone sent that to Michael Oliver. I was never in doubt. I knew an Arsenal fan sent really horrendous messages to him. I knew an Arsenal fan done that to one of our players. We're vulgar online. Seaman. So I think when you push that narrative over and Arsenal fail, certain aspects of media and people that have been abused and take everything there, I think they just come out and they're like, let's hit them back. Bottle jobs, bottle job, bottle job. But with the likes of Liverpool, etc., I believe they would have a certain section of their fan base. They're just not as bad as ours. Our fan base is horrendous.
I mean, I've seen a lot of hate online about Liverpool losing these games, but
Daniel,
Arsenal fans.
Daniel,
What's your take on it, Richard?
Daniel, could you hear me?
There's a bit of feedback here, isn't there?
Yeah, it was too much. I could barely hear Seaman. Sorry,
Yeah.
Seaman.
Richard, what was your take on bottle jobs?
My
Liverpool be
issue,
called that?
yeah, my issue with it is that it comes from a very poor use, uneducated use of the English language.
Yeah.
I mean, and as I was saying to Daniel, Liverpool for the past 3 seasons have been on for a quadruple, and they've won a Carabao Cup in one of those seasons, and come away with maybe 1 trophy out of 4, and they've fallen off a cliff in the other competitions. Now, they should have beaten Plymouth. They should have beaten PSG. Were the West team over both legs, and they were outclassed by Newcastle yesterday.
Yeah.
Yet no one is speaking about Slot, and they're praising him for the form. But if you look at that form in the league, there's been games in the league where they've been losing and they've had penalties in the last minute to win the game, or they've got over the line somehow, and because they haven't had the pressure on the scoreboard from in terms of points from us or anyone else to put them under pressure. If they'd been under pressure needing that win, those results would probably have gone differently. So,
well, it's Klopp's team anyway, and nobody wants to talk about that.
Yeah.
Well, it is. I mean, he's inherited a Champions League winning, Premier League winning team, and they've had no injury to Salah. There's been no AFCON. Van Dijk's been injury-free pretty much this season. Their biggest injury's been to Alisson and the rest of their back line and some of their midfield. So, but if they'd lost Salah to injury, I don't think they get half the results they have.
Well, Salah only had 36 shots or whatever, and 1 on target yesterday, and that's poor.
Now, they were poor all game.
Yeah. But what if it was Arsenal and our guys were doing that? The media would be sent to the wolves, as they say. The pack of wolves would have been at us.
Yeah. And something which along with that is it's historical from the media, and even the Arsenal Supporters Trust historically have been quite anti the club. Not necessarily the team, but the club.
Right.
If you look at some of the media stuff that they've put out historically, so and I think some of that goes back to when we got promoted above Spurs and right. all that, and there was accusations of shady dealings and that, and I think there's that, and it's just that move from over to North London as well, and I think all that media and hate over the years, and then it's fueled also now by, if you look at all your majority of pundits, Talksport, Jason Cundy,
Yeah.
Jamie O'Hara,
Yeah.
Spurs, Chelsea,
Yeah.
Carragher, Liverpool,
Yeah.
Neville, United,
Yeah.
King, United.
Yeah.
But even over here, you have Lee Dixon who does color, and he's an Arsenal man through and through, and even he will pile on us during games.
But you know what? I think the main thing, if you're just speaking media alone, I think it's clicks. I could have grew my Twitter account massively, and we could grow this channel massively. All we have to do is hate Arsenal, and people will follow.
Yeah.
And that is a natural thing. So Jamie Carragher could come out with, like the famous one recently was the AFCON that he came out with.
Yeah.
I guarantee that, like, everyone was like, Jamie Carragher, clicking on his name,
Yeah.
like getting things moving, and then the media outlets are like, oh, Jamie, come on our show, etc. It's all about money, and that's the way the world works. And so there is that seeming, but again, it comes back to us having like the worst online fan base out there, because we bite.
So
Yeah,
here's another
there is a disconnect between us, every fans. You've got the ones that never wanted Arteta in and think Emery didn't get a chance, and even though they said, "Oh, we back the process, we're waiting for him to fail," and then you've got those that back Arteta to the hilt, and there doesn't seem to be a middle ground.
Okay, so that was the Liverpool whole thing. But what about, let's go back to the beginning of the season. We had Chelsea flying high. We had Tottenham flying high. Yet they're not being called bottle jobs, because now look where they are.
Yeah.
And look how they're performing. Okay, bear in mind that Chelsea are in the, what's that, the baby league they call it?
The Conference League,
Conference League, and then you've got Spurs in the Europa League.
I think Chelsea did get it. They were labelled like the worst thing ever. It was the £1 billion bottle jobs.
1.5, yeah.
But you've got to think is, I don't see Tottenham beating Eintracht Frankfurt over 2 legs.
So this question is going to go back to Daniel. Those guys, okay, haven't won. Well, Spurs haven't won anything in the last 20 years, 25, whatever. Chelsea, they've won. The question comes back to you now. Why are they not being called bottle jobs?
Because they're not Arsenal, like Mark rightly said. Like Mark rightly said, it's easier for you. It's easier for you to get attraction, media attraction, audience when it involves Arsenal than any other. How many people are going to mind if you call Tottenham a bottle job? Nobody's going to give a fuck about Tottenham, because they know it's the history of the Tottenham. But Arsenal is a very big institution. We have to understand that.
Yeah.
Where we have good online presence, and we have fans who can engage to the teeth about Arsenal. They will go to the den anywhere to defend Arsenal. When it comes to other clubs, I'm not in their fan base, so I wouldn't know that much. But I know for Arsenal that we have fans that will defend a certain position. If they are in for you, they will defend that position. So whenever they have like someone coming against the club, we have fans that will go toe to toe with anybody on that regard. So it's easier for you to get attraction, media attraction, online attraction when it involves Arsenal than any other club. So I don't think anybody's going to be that concerned if Tottenham are called a bottle job, because that's who they are.
Yeah, but their fan base was calling us bottle jobs. I mean, they were reveling on it.
Because we used to be a club of winners. We used to be a club.
Yeah.
Go on.
We used to be a club who wins a lot. So when we are called bottlers, it irritates us, and we tend to want to fight that argument. So we fighting that argument will bring them more money to their bring them more stream, bring them more revenue. Unlike Tottenham, they are no winners. They have always been a bottle job. It's like calling somebody his name. Your name is Sema. If you're called Sema, you know that's my name. You're easily going to accept that. But if somebody come to you now and call you Frank, you say no, my name isn't Frank. I'm Sema. So but the person keeps saying you are Frank. So it brings a reaction from you. You want to defend your name as Sema. So that's the reason why Tottenham, if you call them bottle job, that's who they are. You call the dog a name, it is.
Yeah.
Do you know
Also,
what?
go on.
I'll let Mark go.
No, I was just going to say I'm going to give Tottenham credit. I didn't realise it, and guys, you won't realise it at all. See, when you hear about their stadium and how good it is and all the rest of it, I passed it the other day. I have never seen a stadium in my life like it.
Mark,
They have got
Mark,
honest,
Mark,
like no Daniel. See, when you see it in person,
Mark,
it's like
Mark. Did you have some? Did you have some? How can you be giving Tottenham any credit on this channel? This is not Tottenham channel, please.
listen. It's an arena. It's an arena.
Nah,
It's not
nah,
a
nah.
football stadium. No, but bro,
Sema, I'm
it's not.
surprised you are.
Listen,
Sema,
no,
I'm
no, no,
surprised you
no,
are
no.
allowing Mark to talk
Listen,
about Tottenham, giving Tottenham credit on this channel. Sema,
you're mentioning Tottenham. I'm
ah,
just saying it's an
Sema.
arena. I'm not talking about football stadium. I'm talking about arena. So there it is, Daniel. It's
This is Arsenal. This is Arsenal channel. You're not supposed to give any props to
you're talking
Tottenham.
about Tottenham. I'm just mentioning Tottenham. Do we have to
No,
argue every
I'm
podcast?
talking about Tottenham because Tottenham is shit and they always continue to be shit. Sema, don't take that from Mark.
But the stadium's not. I'm fucking jealous of
The
it, bro.
the toilet bowl.
In all honesty,
Their
in
stadium
one
looks like a
respect,
giant toilet bowl.
one thing Tottenham are doing good is that they're loaning
Oh,
out the
not
stadium.
again! Not again!
What?
Yeah, I think the other problem is a skewed perception of Arsenal as winners. Now,
Yeah.
I've done the math from our beginning right up to date. Our average league position is 4th or 5th.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
that's where we have finished most times in
Yeah.
our history. So we're not really winners if you look at it through that. If you take the Wenger first 7 years, the George Graham and the Howard Chapman, Herbert Chapman eras away, our league position drops to about 8th average league position.
Richard, sorry, I want to disagree politely on that regard because if you take every club and their average position, tally it with their seasons in the Premier League or whatever league they are, then I don't think there's any club that is going to be called a winner because some seasons some club went to relegation. If you have to tabulate everything together, you see that most of this club
Man
there won't
City
be
would
any,
exactly.
sorry?
Man City would be in Division 2.
Yeah, so the fact the for me, if I want to classify such a scenario, I'll look at how many league have you won, how many titles have you won in your existence. That for me would be the best way to calculate if a club is a winner and not a winner.
And if you do that, we're fair. I believe titles we're third in the league, third in that table. Man United, Liverpool, Man United, first, second, respected, and then us after that.
Yeah. So
Well, if you even
sorry, Brian, you want to say something?
no, go ahead. Finish your point, Daniel. Finish your point.
No, I was just trying to say. So if you calculate it like that, coupled with the fact that we've won other trophies, we've won the FA Cup, we've won the Fair Cup, we've won the Charity Shield, we've won the League Cup. So in a way, we are a club. We used to be a club of winners. That's what I can say, because we've won big trophies in our history, and I think we are the third most successful club when it comes to trophy wise in England. So I would say we are winners.
Yeah, I mean, it's again, but it's that perception that we were year in, year out winning.
But their
winning
days
all-
are gone. But Richard, their days are gone.
Yes.
What their days are gone.
Yeah,
We're trying to get them back. We're trying to get them back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a
we're trying to get
perception of
them back.
reality thing, isn't it? Is
But
what
I
I'm
think,
trying to get.
but again,
Yeah.
but Seema's been absolutely brilliant with our questions tonight, and it is bringing me just look at the smile on her face every time I talk. It's just, I just look at her eyes, they're pure lit up. She's smiling, her eyes are smiling.
Can you get back to the topic?
I keep going off topic because you keep smiling at us. Could you put your camera off at least when I'm speaking, so I don't lose train of thought? So anyway, Richard, we used to be a massive club where we were winning, and I witnessed, like, when I fell in love with this club, before I fell in love with this club, I saw like some amazing things from Arsenal. And then in 91, 92, George Graham was still there. We were winning doubles even when we were finishing in 11th place in the league. And that was Arsenal Football Club. And we drove. But now we are a team that is paid. Let's not go on about the stadium, but we're paying off debts, etc. Try to do things organically, etc. But we are nothing, bro. We won one trophy in what? How many years? When was the last trophy?
2019, the FA Cup.
Yeah, but since you take that one away, when was the last one before that?
2017, 2000. Was it 2017, 2016?
No.
We won the FA Cup back to back with Wenger.
No,
Haaland,
not 15,
something.
16. Not 15, 16.
Not-
Okay,
Was it 16, 17?
The point
let me interrupt with this, and let me bring you another conversation in this. So we look at the FA Cup being more prominent than the Carabao Cup, right?
Yeah.
So
Of
how
course.
come it's all switched now? It's all of a sudden, oh my God, it's the Carabao Cup. It's no
Because-
longer considered the lesser of the two.
It's
It's
because
the lesser of the four, isn't it? Or lesser of the five if you could include the Europa League.
I mean,
No.
even the Europa League, no one would have ever looked at the Conference League.
No.
And now, because West Ham go and win it, it's all of a sudden we're in the spotlight, got Chelsea in it. Is it because the English teams have got in there, or is it because, I don't know, the fan base has grown?
It's not because it's the. You look at Chelsea, Premier League winners recently, historically, Champions League winners recently, historically. They're in the Conference League. It brings a different, and Man United in the Europa League and stuff. It brings a different kind of prestige to the competition.
It's about money.
What's Daniel
about
want to
money.
say? Daniel wants to say what?
no. I'm listening to what you're saying.
Oh, I thought
No, it's about money. It's about money. It's like, see, at the end of the day, I'll always use this for Arsenal because I defend Arsenal to the hell. But it's about money. The FA Cup, you could go and win the FA Cup, you get £3 million. So you could put your first team, small squad, into the FA Cup to go and win it. And Arsenal could do that. We could have added more FA Cups, £3 million. But at the end of the day, when you come to the Champions League quarterfinals, like we've done again, we're ready to play Real Madrid. It's even going to be more this season since we're playing Madrid. You get 90 million. So what is the most important thing? To win a trophy for 3 million, as a fan, I want to see silverware. You want to see me. Brian does, Daniel does, Richard does.
No, Richard doesn't.
I think you're getting caught
But
up too much on.
I'm not at all, Brian, though, because
No, let Brian
Brian-
finish. Brian, go on.
So I think you're getting caught up too much on how much money we win with the trophies. Like when you get down to it, the Champions League, it's a European trophy. The Europa League, it's a European trophy. The Conference League, it's a European trophy. I mean that automatically, at least in my opinion, is going to make it more important than the Carabao Cup. Let me finish. So I will even say that the FA Cup, like I would say the FA Cup ranks right up there. Like it's obviously not as big as the league, and it's certainly not as big as the Champions League. But one thing that I've always liked about the FA Cup, and it's March Madness coming up over here, and I love March Madness. Like, I love the idea that one team can go on a run. Like a few years ago, VCU. I went to VCU for a little bit when I was growing up. VCU made it to the Final Four, and that never happens. Never happens. And I really like the romance in that, hey, one club can go on and win it all. And at the end of the day, taking the league out of it, like, you're the best club in England. You are the best club out of like Sunday league teams, out of, I don't know, Booger Snot and Hammerstein FC, like wherever the hell that would be. Like, you are the best club in England. And I really think that it doesn't get the respect that it deserves.
Yeah, that's because if you look at champions of Europe, champions of Premier League, you're the best club in Europe or the best club in England. There's the sound. It's the sound, isn't it? It gets people's ego going.
No, I'm going to come back at a different angle on you, Brian, and I agree with you 1,000,000%. I full-heartedly agree with you, and you're speaking like a football fan, and odd times we forget that we're actually football fans. And yesterday I remembered that I was a football fan again, and what I did was I watched the Carabao Cup, and I watched football fans that had not won a trophy for 70 years, the celebrations, what it meant, the tears coming down the eyes. And it reminded me again to be a football fan. This is why I try to get to Arsenal games. I love my football club. That's why I'm obsessed with my football club. See me? Obsessed. Richard, you, Brian, Daniel, we're all obsessed with our football club. We love it. It's like Arsenal news. We're checking. And it's great being that football fan because you're on the edge all the time. However, I am just trying to bring in the perspective of, if you have a small squad and you're trying to grow the football club, do you go and win an FA Cup and get an income coming into your football club of £3 million? Or do you try to not take these competitions seriously and progress in the Champions League, where if you get to the quarterfinals of the Champions League, you get £90 million?
Daniel wants to jump in. Go on, Daniel.
No, let Mark finish first.
So no, that was it. I'm finished. That is it. So if you're looking as a business perspective, you're always going to go for the money to grow, build a bigger cake, get better. And I'm not trying to bring out KSE tonight because me and Brian don't need that argument. He's just we don't need that. But I think that the cups have been neglected through our squads, etc., because there's more important things that are sitting there. And if I've been honest, and the last thing, and Daniel, you come through on it, if someone came to me at the start of this season or start next season or the season after, it says, Mark, you're going to win one trophy, pick one. I've got a coin that says yes or no in my room, and I'm going to say Champions League or Premier League, and I'm going to be pinging that coin. But deep down in my heart of hearts, I want that fucking UCL. I won that UCL. So I'm not caring about the Carabao Cup. I don't care about the FA Cup in that manner because I won that UCL. Why should Chelsea get a UCL? Why should Man City get a UCL? This is Arsenal Football Club.
Is it so that the other rival, the fans can't say?
No, it's not at all. No, it's because of 2006. It's because of 2006. I want Arsenal to have that UCL along with the gold trophy and everything else that we've got, and that is what I want more than anything on this earth. But sorry, guys, I'll go mute again, and Daniel, come through.
Daniel, what were you going to say?
Yeah, I'm actually surprised at the switch of through with Mark and Brian, because I would have expected Brian to be on the money side and Mark being on the fan side. I'm so surprised.
Yeah.
I'm surprised the undercover Cronky is talking about winning trophy and being a fan. rather than making more money for the club than making more money for themselves. So I was just so surprised hearing it. But in fairness, Mark, you're right. Brian, you're right in your own way. What's more important for the fans? What's more important is winning the trophy, winning as much trophy as possible, not minding the kind of trophy. But for the owners of the club, what's more important is having the business running and making sure that everybody get paid their salary and making sure the business stands still for the nearest and the foreseeable future. So you're both right in your own way. But as a fan, you want to see your club winning the best trophies, winning the biggest trophies. And I have to agree with Mark. Winning the UCL for me is more important than winning the Premier League currently. Reason being, what Richard said, is it because you want other fans to stop talking about you not winning the Champions League? Absolutely, 100%, 1,000,000%. Yes, I want to have the ability to talk to any fans in the world. I want to have the ability to argue my case, not having the stick thrown at me that have you won the Champions League? Then I can't talk. Then I'll go. Then invisible, invisible. Yes, so we have the invisible, but let's have the invisible and also the UEFA Champions League. So when you're talking as a fan, every other fans will want to listen to you. And back to your original question, Sam, about the Carabao Cup being so important right now because Newcastle or Liverpool are in the final. It's because of the people like Jamie Carragher who stupidly will come online and say things because Liverpool are in the final and say the Carabao Cup is more important than the FA Cup. For me, like Brian said, the FA Cup is still one of the most prestigious trophies in the world, and it's the oldest trophy, oldest tournament in the world. So I don't know where Jimmy Carragher got his dealer from. Where I don't know what's smoking of late to come out and say the Carabao Cup is more important than the FA
It's
Cup.
clicks. It's clicks, bro. That's what he's doing.
Oh, he's
You
just
know,
an idiot.
it's clicks. No,
I
it's not
like
even
no
him.
no.
He's not an idiot. He's a very intelligent guy because he knows that'll get people biting.
But you
He
know,
knows.
But
yeah,
He
here's
knows.
part two.
Mike, I understand what you're saying is for clicks, but most times these people they forget that a lot of fans will move on that narrative and start moving with that mentality that the Carabao Cup is bigger than the FA Cup.
Do you know something? I didn't know that Jamie Carragher. Sorry, man. I'll let you come back through.
No worries.
And as long as you smile with your eyes at me again. Sorry, I keep getting myself off tonight. So honestly, dude, see, man, go and mute every time I speak, please. I'm begging you.
Carry on
You're
talking,
flat,
Mark.
Mark.
Finish your
You're
point,
not
Mark.
Don't
Finish your
flat.
point.
stop. Just carry on talking about the football, please.
I've actually lost the fucking plot here. So, yeah, see, Jamie Carragher, I
You're
didn't
so
even know that he
shapeless.
said that. I didn't know that Jamie Carragher mentioned Archon. I heard it online because everyone else was speaking about it. I didn't know that he said the Carabao Cup's more prestigious or better than the FA Cup. I'm only hearing that tonight. I don't pay attention because I don't click the guy. I don't give him what he wants. But everyone else is doing it, and it's like the quicker that people start doing that and saying, "I'm not looking at you, so we'll finish." The quicker that people do that, I think, like this guy will disappear off the face of the earth. She's
It's fun.
smiling. See me, you're
It's quite
smiling
funny,
inside,
but
aren't you?
Pardon?
it's quite funny.
You're
when he thinks-
smiling inside, aren't you?
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah,
Right, let me
see,
go to
I
part
think it's
two. There's a part two to this. And the part
Right.
two is how comes, right? When we were in the Europa League, okay, and we're going back, what, 2-3 seasons ago? Okay, we were filling the seats. We had butts on the seats, right? And then we get to this PSV game, and there's literally hundreds of seats empty. And yet these toxic so-called plastic fans that get online and they're talking about, oh, can't get hold of tickets. There's tickets there, yet they don't want to come. Why? It infuriated me.
Probably they are being priced at because of the ticket price.
No, I don't think so. I was literally my son got messages from Arsenal saying tickets still available, literally an hour before kickoff.
Yeah, I mean, I will say, I think the PSV one was because everyone thought that was a dead rubber. There'd be neither team would. PSV would be a bit more defensive. Wouldn't want to to be embarrassed again, and we would sit back and be happy that the tie was over, and there probably it would be boring and there wouldn't be goals.
Yeah, but
So what was the point of going?
But Richard, is that what it's about? And it's not about supporting your team, not
It
bringing
should
that
be about
atmosphere.
support. It should be about supporting your
Yeah.
team. I agree, but it's do I spend X amount of money on the ticket for a game that
You know they have come
Exactly.
already.
that when we're already through? If we'd been 3-2 up in the tie, that stadium would have been full.
What about coming to see your favourite players?
Exactly.
Seeing
Richard,
your
I
team
disagree.
shout and rave and buy shirts off. What about that?
I disagree.
I agree.
Absolutely, Seaman. I disagree 100%. Do you know something? I hate mentioning it, right? But I bought the dearest ticket in my lifetime for PSV, and we were 7-1 up.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
in hindsight, but do you know what? I still got to go down
Yeah.
and watch 10 of my favourite Arsenal players and one player, a Chelsea player, that I booed. But out with that, I'd do anything to get near that football stadium, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely anything.
But some people aren't of that mentality or that, especially when we knew we were going through, 99% sure of going through.
Richard, I'm with you on this one. Because at the end of the day, everybody financial status are not the same. So you have to understand that in a time where you know the outcome, let's take for instance, you know the outcome of a movie. You wouldn't want to waste your time and resources going to watch that same movie. You know this is how the movie is. I'm using that as an analogy.
Yeah.
I know
Seema, you were saying a while back that it's like hard for you to get to games because of the train and everything, right?
For me, like Mark, it's a bit of a trek, and when I travel to Arsenal matches, it's like an 8. I leave my house at 7 in the morning. I don't get back to 9 o'clock at night. That's my day. So
yeah, do you know what? There's fans all over the world that would cut off the right arm just to go to the Emirates once.
Because they don't have the opportunity to do that more often.
Yeah,
Unlike
I know.
This is something like you have the privilege to do something. There's a word I want to use for this. Like in my place where I come from,
blasé. You're blasé about it.
In my place, we use the word that you are looking at it less, like non-important because I can go if I want to go anytime. Because this is not this for me.
But not all fans are like that. Like I'm not going to call out a fan. Right? I've said, like me and Seema spoke today on the phone, and we were talking about fans that are from London, season ticket holders pay extortionate prices for the season tickets. They have to face the trade strikes constantly as well. That's a constant ongoing thing that's going on, and there is fans that turn up that are season ticket holders that turn up 3 hours before a game, every single game, to appreciate the stadium, the atmosphere, the build-up, every single thing, and they get to that game every single game.
So Mark,
every game.
Why would you want to give up your whole day for something you know you can get tomorrow, for more entertainment, for something you know if you go today, nothing is going to change. You know the outcome.
Bro, I'm the last person you should be saying this to. I'm the last person you should be saying this to.
I'm not talking to you directly, Mark. I'm just saying, take for instance, like Richard said, for him going to watch an Arsenal game, he'll leave his house at 8 a.m. and come back by 9 p.m. Right? Am I right, Richard?
That's if it's a sort of a
so let's take
2-3
so now
o'clock
now
kickoff.
Now I'll spend the whole day
when I can be productive with that day to make more money or make something more important. I understand. I understand both parts. For me,
And it might not be more productive, but for me, that's 9 hours away from my wife and my other children. I normally bring my daughter, but and so there are people out there that will think, I know the game's won. Is it worth me spending 8-9 hours travel of my day away from my family just to see a dead rubber game? It might be the wrong.
Richard, I think that's wrong, mate. Because I'll give you.
Yeah, I agree.
Richard, I'm sorry. I'm not bringing you down even the slightest, right? And see me as the person I was talking.
I agree with your point, Mark.
See me as the person I was talking about. See me every single game. Turns up at the football stadium. She could go there week in, week out. She goes to every freaking game. She get a ticket to any game, and she does go. And she turns up 3 hours beforehand. She meets up with friends, takes in the atmosphere, walks around the stadium, goes in early, sits in, gets the build up to the whole thing,
Mike,
the atmosphere and everything.
Seaman is a platinum card,
Right.
platinum ticket holder. So you can't
But
compare her to normal fans that
okay,
will go suffer.
right, a normal fan.
tickets.
I'll talk to you about a normal fan, right? My last game that I was down to, PSV, I didn't know that was a dead rubber game. I didn't know, right? But regardless, I got to go to, for the first time in my life, to the Arsenal in the last 16 of the Champions League. I got to go to that game. So what consisted of, and I want to point this out, what consisted of was the game was on a Wednesday night. Tuesday, I leave my house. I travel down to my friend's house because it's closer to the train station in the morning. I get up at 6 a.m. By 7 a.m., I jump on a bus, travel into Dundee City Centre, go and get some food, eventually get on the train, travel down to London, get to London at 2:30. I then have to get the tube system over to go into my hotel, check into my hotel. I meet up with Paul from the channel. We'll have a few drinks, some food, etc. We'll have a laugh, and then we'll go to the game. Following day, I should have travelled back. Right, so my Tuesday's out the window because I'm travelling down to my mate's house. Wednesday's out the window because I'm travelling, I'm at the game. Thursday was out the window completely because I'm travelling back again. So it's a 3-day thing. That ticket cost me 400 quid. Dead rubber.
Yeah.
Dead rubber game. I don't give a fuck. Normally, when I go down to the Emirates, I'll go to the game, come out, have a few drinks after, have a laugh, and then I'll go to my bed. I wake up within 5 hours because the adrenaline has stopped pumping. No, listen, please. Just 1 second, Daniel, and you come through. My adrenaline is pumping that hard. Even after the game, my adrenaline's pumping that hard. I'm lucky if I get 5 hours sleep. I go to the co-op outside the Emirates Stadium, 6-7 o'clock in the morning, get myself a black coffee, Americano, always do that, and I'll go around that stadium for at least 1 hour to 2 hours because I do not know when I'm next back down. And then I'll get my train and travel back up.
I'm going to set Mark. Brian.
Let me jump in on this because what is a normal fan? And that's not taking anything away from you, Mark. That's not taking anything away from you, Seema. Like, what is the normal fan? Like, is the normal fan the season ticket holder that can go there anytime? Like, is the normal fan, somebody that will come all the way down from Scotland? Like, I think we need to have that understanding. And once we have that understanding, then we can say, whether the normal fan is operating properly or not.
It's also what Mark you can afford to come down for £400 every so often, but somebody else might not be able to. And when they know the result is already in the bag, they might think, "Oh, this time I'm not going to spend that £400 because I've got
So, Richard,
I've
my
got
argument back at that, though, would be if you don't have the opportunity to get down and it's a dead rubber game and there's tickets, Chelsea, there was a number of tickets available for Chelsea. There was a number of tickets available for PSV. There was spare seats everywhere. Anyone could have went to the games.
we saw that on the
Anybody,
watch along
but then we'll have fans come on and say, "I can't get a ticket to the game. This is terrible. The battle system's horrible. Arsenal Football Club, you're talking shit. It's all horrible." There's an opportunity there to go to a game. Take it.
True.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what
I'm not a super
what
fan,
the system's
Richard. I'm
like,
not a
but I
super.
do know that in past, I've seen matches where there's empty seats, and I've been on the site way before, even up to the night before, and they're saying there's no tickets available, and then people just for whatever reason don't turn up, and you've got masses of seats.
Well,
I
yeah,
understand.
they're the
available.
season ticket holders that don't put their tickets up for sale.
Yeah, and that.
But that hampers the season ticket holders
Yeah.
is bad because they
I
get
mean,
non-attendance. They actually get non-attendance
Yeah.
put against them for not entering the
They
stadium.
do.
Yeah, but I mean, with the PSV, I would have hoped that it would have been better, but
Yeah.
I can understand why people didn't. A Wednesday late night travel
No,
to a game
I get that as
isn't-
well.
isn't
But do you know what? Like, don't complain that you can't go to a game.
Yeah.
Like, say season ticket holder. Yes, I get it. Most people, I'm privileged at this moment in time where I can travel. I can take 2 days off of work and then go to a game. I could do that. I'm privileged. Other people can't, and I understand that. They have families, they have responsibilities, I look after myself, and that's it. So I get the opportunity to do that. So I understand people cannot do that, Richard. But fans cannot complain. I do not get to go to Arsenal Football Club when there's tickets readily
if you've got the
available.
opportunity and
Take
you
it.
complain that you don't have the opportunity,
Exactly.
then you're wrong. And that I agree with you on that point. It's just that I'm saying that some of those seats that maybe
Yeah.
where ticket holders don't turn up because of commitments and they know the game's already done and dusted, you can maybe understand. But those that are always complaining that you can't get tickets, I can't get a ticket, and then the opportunity's there and you don't take that opportunity, that's a different argument, isn't it?
Okay, so let's go on. Let's just leave that behind now. We're gonna move on to the next bit. So Caicedo, he made a comment yesterday with regards to Arsenal have been together for 7 years and we've only been together for 2, but I'm very proud of the team. What kind of a comment is that? What does that say?
Yeah, you did leave a bit out
Yeah,
there
go
as
on,
well.
finish
He
me
said
off.
we were the better team.
Exactly. We were the better. He says, really?
We had more shots.
Yeah.
I don't. He can't have been on the pitch, could it? Because I only remember 2 to 3
Exactly.
shots.
Same
One
here.
went wide, one went into Raya's arms, which he spilled, and another one that he fielded quite comfortably.
Which, coming back to that, was very lucky for us. So
Yeah. But
what was your take?
So I'm not sure how he gets that, and
Yeah.
we haven't been together 7 years. Arteta's only been
5.
here 5, so it's 5.5. It'll be 6 next season. And not a lot of those 5 first came in, so he just had either just doing it to try and appease Chelsea fans, or he has no idea
what he's talking about.
Yeah.
What was your take on it, Daniel? Did you hear that comment?
I didn't get a comment. I'm just hearing it
Yeah,
from you.
he was being interviewed by I think it was the Chelsea. Well, it seemed like a Chelsea mic. So, but yeah, and that's the comment he made, that they were the better team, even though they've only been together 2 years and we've been together 7. Our team had been together 7. So
If only he can understand that Arsenal were playing on third gear yesterday,
yeah,
he'll know we are not on the same level. We are not on the same class, because if you watch the first half, the first 20-25 minutes until we scored a goal, we were all over them.
yeah,
They couldn't get out. But immediately we scored a goal, we felt like, oh, this Chelsea are bitches. We can go at them at any time we like. So it was just a team game. Nobody want to get injured. Nobody want to exert much energy on the game. The fact that we knew that there's no way Chelsea is going to score us. They only had 8 touches on our boxing team yesterday.
yeah,
Just 8 touches. So how can you score when
yeah,
you're not even penetrating the defensive line? So we knew there's no way these guys are going to score. So we're just playing. If Chelsea had scored 1 goal yesterday, would have equalized, would have won them with more goals. But the fact that there's nothing to play, they're always our beach. We can beat them at any time we want. If we want to turn the game on the highest tempo, we can do that. If we want to play it on the lower tempo, we can do that. We can do whatever we want to do with Chelsea. They've not beaten us for the past.
oh,
He's gone.
Daniel's
For me,
frozen. Yeah. Well, we can
for
finish it
me,
off.
it's just a
Oh, there you
wrong
go.
take from him. Probably he's just trying to please the Chelsea faithful, the Chelsea fans. So that's what I see.
I mean, overall, I think because they couldn't beat us, they resorted to basically playing ugly football, right? Where they were just pushing, shoving,
Yeah.
and fouling. But the take on where the ref had control of the game, then all of a sudden the yellow cards came out, and then it was almost like they were coming out quick, and then it's like, oh, one for Chelsea, one for Arsenal, another one for Chelsea.
Don't get me started on this referee.
That's why I said it, to get you
Yeah.
started.
Because Chris Kavanagh, how on earth are you not giving that first penalty against Kukurea?
Oh, but I saw it on Ref Watch today, and they said it was just above here,
Nah,
and he had his arm.
it was
Yeah.
above. It was above the sleeve.
Yeah,
It was above the sleeve.
yeah,
Even I think it was Jim Redknapp on the commentary was saying he's so shocked how that's not a penalty, because we're
I
actually
mean, on the Arsenal. I was listening to the commentary on the Arsenal.com while watching the Sky game on Sky, and they got the thing that VAR actually said he didn't make a movement with his arm wasn't in an unnatural position.
yeah,
But when I saw it back, I thought it hit him above the sleeve, and I could see why it wasn't given for that reason.
yeah.
But he did make a movement with his arm
He did. He made
towards
the
the ball.
movement. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's because it's that height, he gets away with it.
Yeah.
probably.
Can I give a controversial
So
take on yesterday's game?
why was Fofana not giving a straight red card for his stamp
Right.
on Casado?
How many
Trossard?
times should he have got a yellow card as well?
I can tell you why it's not a red card from my own personal opinion. There's not enough force in that. Yes, he stood on him.
Yeah.
It should have been a yellow.
So can I ask a question? Was there enough force for the ball that Rice kicked to warrant a second yellow card?
Oh, he got his foot.
The ball was kicked, so was this same referee.
Yeah.
So how far did the ball go from Rice position to warrant a yellow card for delaying the restart of the game?
Yeah.
You know what?
That's a different offence.
Yeah,
And
it's a different
I get
opinion. You are talking about the.
I think Fofana could have gone
What
off
about
twice.
What about the intent of harming a player?
Yeah.
What about the intent of?
Look, I don't
Didn't
disagree with you. I just
Okay.
think that Fofana yesterday should have got 5 yellow cards, and he didn't get a single one.
Yeah.
He actually got a yellow
They got
card.
one. He got the
got
yellow
a
one.
yellow. He
Throwing
actually
the
got
ball
a
on
yellow
the
card
but-
for throwing the ball into the pitch, not for the reckless tackle, not for the
Yeah.
stamp, not for whatever shit he was doing on the pitch yesterday. So
He had 9
So
lives
I'm-
yesterday, didn't he? He
Yeah,
literally
I'm
had
he
9
should have
lives.
had one, and then I think it was Enzo Fernandez or somebody complained to Kavanagh, and that he give them the
Neto.
yellow
That
card
was Neto.
instead.
Neto.
Neto, yeah.
Neto.
Yeah. So he, as I said, he should have had 5 yesterday, and he only ended up getting one.
I think Gabriel got one for complaining as well.
No, Gabriel got his own for kicking the back of I think Neto.
So one of the Arsenal
Neto.
players also got a yellow card.
Yeah, Gabriel got a yellow card, and I think
Yeah,
who else
that was
got a yellow
for,
card?
and Partey got one
Partey.
for
Partey got a yellow card on
Yeah, that was
a
the
foul as well. Yeah.
on foul on Pedro Neto. That was the 2 yellow
And
cards.
I think it was Odegaard who got the yellow card for complaining.
That's it. A new one.
No, Odegaard didn't get his own for complaining. Odegaard got his own for tripping on a tripped Pedro Neto when Pedro Neto was trying to break through.
Oh, right, yeah. I know those were the cards we got, but yeah.
Can I rewind just slightly on the question, because I didn't get asked it, and I was really intrigued to answer it, and I'm not going to look at Seema, but see, what I saw yesterday was genius by Arteta. It's absolute genius. We were doing something he mixed up yesterday, in my opinion, for the real speech marks, real test coming forward, where we give the team a ball and we control that and we advance. Yesterday was an experiment for Arsenal, and I saw that 1,000,000% for the Real Madrid game coming up. We are possession based. We could have Man City coming out of the Emirates. We controlled that game 100%.
Yeah.
Arsenal were deliberately giving them the ball. I noticed that in the first 5 minutes of the game, our wingers were still held back to the halfway line.
Mm-hmm.
They were not backtracking at all. And they were saying, come at us, come at us, come at us. And so I saw something different in Arteta yesterday. And
I can back that up by our one of the stats that I use is passes per defensive actions. Ours was 11.5, and Chelsea's was 8.
Okay.
Our usual passes per defensive action is 6, 5, 6, maybe 7. So we sat back and
sat back and let them have the ball
as much. Yes.
Yeah.
And another thing I noticed yesterday from yesterday game, Gabriel was the athlete defensive player yesterday. He was making more of the inward passes yesterday than it normally does. Saliba most of the time usually be the one to carry the ball from the defense onto the midfield. But yesterday, whenever Saliba gets the ball, gives it to Gabriel. Gabriel always move on the inward part. Probably they've worked on something. Probably they've seen, Madrid plays in a very open formation. Probably they are working on something. Mark, you're right for bringing that up. Because I was watching the game yesterday, I was like, wow, I've never seen this from Mikel Arteta before.
I hadn't at all. And it was within the first couple of minutes. I clocked it. Like, our wingers not backtracking. I'm like, what's going on here? And I didn't think of Real Madrid. I was just thinking Chelsea. And then all of a sudden, we gave up all possession of the game and just let them have the ball. And it was like, come and break us down. Now, again, I was sitting talking to some Arsenal fans last week when it was down, and we watched the penalty shootout between Atletico and Real Madrid. And I came up with what I think is a wild analogy. Do I have hope Arsenal going through in the next round? Of course I do. Do I believe 1,000,000% we're going to go through? No, I don't, Daniel. No, well, Daniel, I pray, and I wish you had your optimism. But I came up with the thing. If we played Atletico, if Atletico had won that tie against Real Madrid, Atletico have a very stern manager that can defend and also attack. They also have amazing defence, and they also, well, not amazing, but a very good defence and a very good attack.
Yeah, he can play two ways, can't he?
He can. Real Madrid, at this moment in time, have a world-class attack and a broken defence because of the injuries. Arsenal have a world-class defence, and they have
What
a
class
broken,
midfield? What class midfield also?
yeah, but a broken attack. So skip the midfield because I think it's quite even. I think Partey, Rice, Odegaard could do the same as what they guys could do. So I think that balances out. But I think it's defence against attack in these two legs coming forward. So I actually wanted Real Madrid to win because I felt that was our best opportunity. We get past Madrid, we're in the semi-final. We play PSG, we beat them. We could play Villa,
hang on,
we could
Mark.
beat them.
Hang on, Mark. Go back. Rewind. My nightmare scenario. We get to the semi-final and it's Villa.
Yeah. Nah, don't worry about that. We could beat Villa, right? So,
But I wouldn't.
then
But,
the draw.
but, I-
But then
but
the draw
I wouldn't want
opens.
to face Villa.
No, but
I
the
wouldn't
draw
want to face Villa.
opens.
I
But
wouldn't want to face Villa.
yeah, do you know what? I don't care who we face. If you're going to win the competition, you have to beat the best teams. So that is my take. And I think I want Arteta to get plaudits for yesterday's game because that was not about Chelsea Football Club.
And
If that was about Chelsea Football Club, we would have beat them 5-0, even with a broken attack.
Yeah.
It was not. We were giving them the ball. Come at me. And it was about Real Madrid. It was about Real Madrid.
You've got to give Nicholas Jover and the set piece analysts their time in the sun because that was a worked set piece. That was something that had been worked on during the week.
Yeah,
That's a different one, a different set piece from the one we used to know.
Yeah, and some people were saying it was lucky, but there was a interview with Merino, and he actually said yes, we. Yeah, you get the one with the thumbs up as well sometimes.
He's been doing that.
Yeah, and
Daniel's got a new iPhone.
Celebrating. He's full celebrating.
Yeah, and Merino said that yes, it's something we worked on. We'd seen they'd been seen, but how they defend, and they worked on that specific idea. But we tried it earlier on in the game with when Declan Rice dipped it in, but Timber just didn't connect properly with it.
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah. Right. Let's finish off that. Let's go on to now. Woohoo! Saka. He's going to be back, right? Because
I'm not sure he'll be back for the first leg, but I'm hoping
He'll be.
I'm hoping
He'll be back.
He should be back at the end of this month.
He will be back for the first leg.
He'll be back for the first leg. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Don't forget Saka is a Nigerian. He's gonna eat a lot of.
It's whether we risk him. Yeah.
No, it's not risk. I think if we are risking Saka, Saka would have been playing right now. If we wanted to risk Saka, because I think Saka has been back for like a week or two now, if I'm being honest. But the club wouldn't want to risk him.
Maybe he's been held back because of the England game, and he didn't want to be called up.
Thank you, Selma. You're on point.
Yeah. So I reckon
the
that's
hope
the case.
is that he plays. He plays some part in the rail in the home leg, but even if he doesn't, to have him back for that return leg in a Bernabeu is going to be huge for us.
Do you think Saka want to miss the game at the Bernabeu?
No. No, but even then, I think the first leg is quite crucial because we're at home. It's our fan base. It's our atmosphere. It's our control. And
Can I give a score prediction now?
sorry,
Can I give a score prediction for that game?
go on then.
1-0 to the Arsenal.
Oh, woohoo! You are so not optimistic.
Yeah. But we're going through.
Yeah. Oh no, we're going through. But I mean, obviously, the first leg, that would be some 15 and a half weeks of Saka's recovery. And we were told it would be 12 to 14 weeks. So that's the precautionary one, you know, that he doesn't come in for, is it Everton and then Fulham?
Fulham.
Yeah.
I think he might get if they're planning to introduce him in the home game against Madrid. I reckon he gets some minutes in the Fulham game.
Fulham game, yeah.
About 10-15, I reckon.
I think he's doing closed door games, and then he'll come into the Fulham game.
Yeah. He was standing in the tunnel, wasn't he?
With
At the end of the game. In the end of the game. Yeah.
Him and Havertz were in the tunnel together, yeah.
Which is good. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to him coming back, and I'm sure he's going to get a huge cheer from the crowd. So, but yeah, what do you guys think? Do you think it's the right time now, or
if he's fit and he's ready? Yes, but I don't think you put his health on the line just because you need him.
Yeah,
there's got to be that balance.
I don't think Arteta's going to do that, though, is he?
Yeah, I think if the doctor says he's 99% ready, then you play him. If they say he's only 60-70, you don't play him.
Right. What's your take, Mark?
It depends. Are you going to ask the question?
I just did. What have you been doing? Sleeping?
No, the question
He's been dreaming, Seema.
I have been dreaming. The question that I put in the group chat earlier.
I did not even read it. I put it up. I opened it, but I never read it.
I'll tell you why it is,
Right.
Seema. He's waiting for a reply to his text message.
Yeah, this.
No. He's texted Thierry Henry to ask which cubicle.
Oh, Siva, take that.
Oh my God, I'm crying.
My next ticket is for that cubicle.
Don't.
Seema's going to text me and tell me which cubicle that is, and you'll get that surprise, mate.
So the question was, right, realistic question, right? If you bring Saka back,
Yeah,
and we go on to win the Champions League,
yeah.
but Saka tears his hamstring again, and he's out for half of next season, do you take it? Or would you rest him and not risk his hamstring?
Should I go first?
Go on.
Yes.
On a selfishness and how selfish I am as a fan, I would take winning the Champions League and missing Saka for the first part of next season. But on the humanitarian aspect of looking at the detriment it will do to the player, I would want Saka to be healthy. I wouldn't want to trade his health. I wouldn't want to trade his career for my own selfish happiness.
Yeah.
That's how I answer the question.
Richard?
Yeah, I mean, as I've said, as a fan, I'd like to see him for selfish reasons. But if you're looking at the long-term future of a player and what he is to the club, because he is the person that carries this club even now. We want him for the long term as well. Do you have a trophy this season and miss him for majority? Yes, if it's a Champions League. Who doesn't want the Champions League?
Yeah.
Seema?
I'm selfish, but Saka's ain't getting injured. and we're going to win the Champions League. So there you go.
So you're sitting on the defence with this. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to do this.
Oh, see, look, the celebrations come out.
Yeah.
Woo!
Guys, I'm going to do this completely different. I'm not Player FC. I'm Arsenal Football Club FC. Saka, enjoy your 200k plus per week. Get on the beach. Go and take a big break. I'm lifting the UCL up. See you later, bro. Your hammy's gone again. Arsenal have just won the Champions
You
League.
selfish bastard!
Yes,
I don't give a fuck.
selfish me.
I don't give a fuck, bro. I don't care.
Another gooner.
Okay.
That's Brian. He's gone to pick up his
yeah.
kids and he's found another gooner.
I've just messaged him to say get him on the podcast.
Yeah, I literally was going to say that.
Get him on. But bro, why would you not want to? Like a guaranteed UCL. Saka may go the rest of his career like Harry Kane and not lift a major trophy. And you guys are going to sit back and say, oh, it's all right. Well, Saka, I hope your hamstring's okay.
I said Saka's not getting injured and we're going to win the Champions League. So there you go.
If Saka's hammy goes, he's still getting 200 plus K a week.
He's still getting that now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But we win the Champions League. He gets a medal around his neck. He's in like
He
no
writes his name
surgery.
into our history books.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, what's there? Take the hammy. Do one for the team. Do one for the team. Seriously. See when I was at school, we had some like not attractive school teachers. And all my friends used to always say to me, take one for the team.
Okay.
Well,
So
the best
Saka, take one for the team.
the best person to answer this question is Saka himself.
Yeah.
Saka, would you want to trade? Would you want to trade one season not playing football for a Champions League medal? The best person to answer the question is Bukayo Saka.
I bet he would say yes. He would say yes. I'll sacrifice myself for the next month or 2 months to go and win the UCL, and I'm out. I guarantee you, Saka would say that. UCLs are not easy to come by. We know this. We've had one in
All
our
the more
history.
reason for him to be wanting to play and getting that golden boot and winning.
Yeah, but he wins. But what I'm saying is, Saka plays, then does his hammy, and he's out afterwards. But we win the UCL, so it's not that Saka's not involved.
Yeah,
I'm taking that every day of the week. I'm taking that every single day of the week. Saka, you're like honestly. Go get your wife pregnant, bro. Go get married. Get your wife pregnant.
He's not
200k a week.
He's not married. He's got a girl.
Yeah, go and marry her, and then he's a religious guy. So
Yeah, because Saka loves his guys to get married young and have kids.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no,
Just
I mean, the thing is
Which
that, you
is-
know, yeah,
So wrong. I'm sorry.
yeah. I think
Saka, you're on the treatment table. Go and put your wife on the treatment table. Life's all good. Move on. We get UCL.
Well, we've seen what the trend is with Arsenal. Their wives get pregnant and they bloody well go and get injured. What the hell?
Oh, if they're giving me a UCL, then they've given me more than anyone else. I don't care. I don't care. Same, I'm shameless. I do not care.
yeah.
I do not care.
The thing is a team without Saka in, you're outsiders for the tie. A team with Saka in, you're pretty much you're closer to Real Madrid than in your odds of going through.
See the team I fear the most in the UCL moving forward is actually Barcelona.
Is who?
Barcelona.
See,
Yamal, he is.
Yeah, he's phenomenon.
Yeah, but it's just that it's just that combination of Bellingham, Rodrigo, Vinicius, and Mbappe. That's pretty irrelevant.
Do you know what? I think our defence will take that, bro. I think
Yeah,
our defence could take that and take that and take that every day of the week. I think we could take that. It's Barcelona are the ones that worry me.
I don't think there's any team that we can't defend against well.
Yeah.
Our issue is in that forward line. Can we take our chances when they come? Against Real Madrid, we'll get chances. Against Barcelona, we'll get chances.
Yeah.
But if you're playing, as I said, my night, as I've had a nightmare where I've seen us get to a stage where we're playing Villa and lose to Villa. But that's the only team I wouldn't want to be facing.
But you know what? I think that it's two different competitions completely. The Premier League, teams just set on the low blocks. In the Champions League, it's the opposite. So I think that Arteta could possibly go into the Champions League at Real Madrid in the later stages of this tournament, play a low block. I saw Di Matteo, Chelsea side, win the Champions League by parking the fucking bus.
Oh yeah,
they were awful. They were awful. The whole tournament, they were the most disgusting team to watch. I don't think I've ever seen such a shitty team ever win a Champions League. But nobody cares. It's in their history. No one cares.
Yeah.
So
what I wouldn't want to do is go to the Bernabeu and need penalty and get to a penalty shootout.
Oh God, don't! Why do we even bring that? Jinx it or what?
Yeah, that would be the only thing I'd want to be at the end of 90 minutes, game done.
Done. Not even extra time.
No.
I'm taking 6-1 in the first leg to Arsenal, and then the ties over. And
okay, that's a bit over optimistic, I would say.
Yeah, I was looking at a 3-2.
Yeah.
3-2. I think that you'd be pessimistic as fuck, guys. Right, Seema, let's do a deal tonight.
Okay.
If Arsenal win 6-1 on the Emirates in the first leg of this tie, you say yes to marry me.
Now, as a betting man, as a betting man, Seema, those are really good odds. But
and to counter your bet, what would happen if Arsenal don't win 6-1?
Yeah.
She's still marrying me anyway, mate. She's just been hard to get.
No.
She's just, I'm trying to break the barrier. She's still going to marry me regardless.
You have to have something to fulfill.
Yeah, you have to counteract it. Come on.
Yeah, what does Seema get if you lose a bet?
Okay, right. So Seema will marry me if we win 6-1, and if we don't win 6-1 first leg, I will marry Seema.
Wait, I didn't say I would.
Seema, that's a fair.
You are so shameless.
Yeah,
Mark.
you know, you didn't say, she didn't say she would, but she didn't say she wouldn't either.
Exactly, Richard. Thank you. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it.
Richard, what are you on?
I listen to people's words.
Right, so,
and there's a loophole.
So is there a bet on? Is there a bet on here, Seema?
No.
And I'll tell you what.
I mean, does that say how confident I am in Arsenal? They're gonna win 6-1. Oh my God, my stomach's hurting now. Stop it, okay?
I'll tell you what.
If I do that, this ain't about bloody well marriages and proposals.
I'll tell you what. If I win 6-1, I'll be your best man, Mark.
Thank you very much, Richard. I appreciate it.
And Daniel's gonna fly over, right, Daniel? God. Right.
See, that's just Seema agreeing to this marriage, by the way.
No.
This is a written contract. I'm handing this to the solicitor tomorrow. This is a written contract. Set in stone. It's done.
Oh my God. Right.
Seema has agreed to marry Mark on air.
Right, can we go back to play? Can we go back talking to football? This conversation never happened.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So our next game, 1st of April, right?
Yeah.
And we playing Everton
Everton away, isn't it?
away,
Yeah.
right? So how do you think that goes? Because they're one of our boogie teams, right?
Oh,
Daniel,
Everton are in our boogie team.
of course they are. We're going over
They're-
there. Their stadium is the final time we're going to be playing there.
Everton are in a boogie team. We just find it difficult to beat them last season. That's all. And probably season before, I think Demagray. Yeah. Just 2 seasons. They aren't our boogie team. Everton has always been our whooping boy. 7-1, 6-0, 5-2. Those are the results. Those are familiar results.
That was quite a while ago. We're talking about the.
It's just 2 seasons. It's just 2 seasons that we failed to beat Everton.
Can we afford to go and lose or even draw in that game? We can't. We need to win every game, right? So, are we going to do another spectacular like we did at Chelsea? Hey, let's just.
The question should be: are you still expecting us to win the league? Are you talking from that perspective?
That's the question I'm going to follow into.
Because if I'm answering your question, I'm going to answer from the point of, I think the league is
let's
done.
say we're going for the league.
If we are going for the league, in my opinion, we have to go strong. We have to beat them, all means. But me as a fan, I already logged that from the season, Premier League wise. So I wouldn't be going to Everton with an expectation of we're going to win. We are going there to win, or we're going to play our best or A game to win. Playing Chelsea yesterday, I didn't even celebrate the goal. Not because it's not us, no. I was just like, it's normal. It's one of those things. That same feeling, I'll go to the game with Everton with the mindset of whatever happens, happens. If we win, good. If we don't win, fine. If we draw, to God be the glory. My attention is now on the Champions League and making sure we beat Real Madrid at the Emirates by 1-0.
Okay, you, Richard?
I think we need to beat Everton because we still need to make sure that we finish in that top 4. It's tight below us, and those points are necessary to just guarantee that Champions League next season.
Yeah.
I think second is probably where we'll finish.
Yeah.
I don't see Liverpool having a massive collapse. It could happen, but I don't see it.
Yeah. And you, Mark?
For me, there's so much emotion in this game. It's the last ever game at Goodson Park, and the first, not the last ever game for them, but for obviously Arsenal. And the first name that springs to my mind is Kevin Campbell. So there will be a lot of emotion going into it. I don't see it as an easy game in the slightest. Actually, far from it. It's probably one of our hardest away games that we're going to have to face. So
Liverpool is not our hardest game.
We're doing Liverpool Anfield this season, Daniel. Even with this attack, I'll put my chest out on that. The goodness in is the game that, like, I think that we could massively drop points in. Depends where they're at, where their headspace is at that time. I mean, they're safe now. They're moving into their new stadium. I watched the documentary on their new stadium. It's pretty beautiful, by the way. It really is. And
it's more beautiful than the Tottenham Stadium. You should be giving them more props than the Tottenham Stadium.
No, they've got a stadium. Tottenham have an event stadium. They have a football stadium. Tottenham have an event stadium.
That's why Tottenham is not a football team.
Right, so stop dissing me on that. I just told you about a building and you're getting excited over it because it's Tottenham, bro.
Because you're gaslighting them, making them feel
I'm not gaslighting them. They're shit.
You're making it seem as if Tottenham has a good stadium or Tottenham.
Bro, I have not seen a stadium that size in my freaking life.
Have you been to the Bernabeu?
No, I've not, but hopefully next month.
Have you been to the Camp Nou? Have you been to Maracana Stadium?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Have you been to the SoFi Stadium in the United States?
Yeah.
No, but I have been to the Bernabeu and the new camp.
No, I should be impressed.
I went all the way to the top in the new camp. Bloody hell, that's frightening.
Yeah, that's scary, isn't it?
Yeah, that is.
I don't want Mark talking about
Okay,
Tottenham
so
Stadium.
that was just a little question on getting a feed into Everton. The real question for the next half hour is what if, going back on, Liverpool losing in the Champions League, losing the Carabao Cup, their confidence is rock bottom, because a lot of the pundits were talking about them being knocked out and then going into this game, that their confidence is going to be rock bottom. And they were right. It was rock bottom. They didn't come up. They didn't show up. What if they go into the Premier League and lose the next 4 games? Just imagine 4 games. That's how many? 12 points dropped.
Do you know the only reason why I don't think it's going to happen is this: the fact that they are going on a break. The fact they are going on, the fact they are going on international break.
No, that's the worst ones to lose. That's the worst one.
No,
to lose.
they are going for a they are going for a reset. Winning breeds winning, and losing breeds losing. If Liverpool were playing this weekend, I would be guaranteed that they are not going to win that game. But the fact that they are going on a break, they're just not going to reset.
There's no break. There's no break. These players are going off to international duty.
Yeah, they've got
break is.
There's a break. There's a break from the Premier League. That's what I'm saying.
But there's not a break as in a reset, as in going to Dubai and like Arsenal do. This is not a break. This team split up. Klopp, Slot can't pull them back in together and say, right, guys, we need to refocus. He doesn't have his players for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So it's the worst games to lose are going into the international break, because you have to have that festering in your mind for 2 weeks, Daniel. Where if you lose a game on a Sunday and you're playing on the Wednesday, you just get back in the action, win, forget about Sunday's game, we move on.
You see,
and that's what you do.
I think we're in a slightly better position because we're not really on a winning run, are we? We just so there's no sort of, we've got that momentum and it's interrupted. And for Liverpool, we're in a negative run and they've got to come back and try and get their heads back into a headspace of winning games again, which is a lot harder when you've been away.
Well, obviously the team are disbanded, so there's a lot where he can't sit down and say, well, this was wrong and that was wrong and you didn't do right, you didn't, all that.
He's not going to have a lot of time to put those things right.
Yeah. And also, we don't have a lot to lose now because we know that we're out of that title race, but we also have a lot to lose because we've got 3rd, 4th place right on our arses, and
the most important one coming up is win at Everton, and St Tottenham Day is most likely to happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I think we're 24 points and there's 27 points available.
Right on cue, Daniel.
That's for St Tottenham's Day.
Yeah. No, but then, I mean, what can get us over the line?
In the Premier League.
Yeah, of course. We're not talking about Champions League now.
In the Premier League. Do you know what? I would say, see if, because they've lost these games, if Arsenal had Saka fully fit, match fit, back, Kai Havertz fully fit, match back, I would say there could be a glimpse of hope. See, because we don't have them, I'm not there. I'm not there. It's done, and I don't want to get drawn back into it. If they lost a couple of games, it probably would bring me back into it again. But I'm like, but you're willing Arsenal to go and win the games. Arsenal are amazing, by the way, and I want to put this out. We are an amazing football club. All these injuries, and our manager has still got us in second, still winning, still in we play the Champions League against Real Madrid. We are there after all the controversy we've had this season. It is honestly, our football club is so fucking good, and we forget at times. We forget how good it is. But it's just, see if we had went back to January, or not even January, we should have done it last summer and brought in more attacking reinforcement. Then I think, do you know what, we would do that. They've not been under pressure this season.
Yeah. It's Liverpool's to lose, basically.
Yeah.
Exactly, they've never been under pressure.
Yeah. If we went with your scenario and they'd lost 4 games before we played them at second half game of the season, I'd say we need to win eight of the 9 remaining games to win the title.
Yeah.
And that's a good point, Richard, because can you see Arsenal doing that?
I can only see Arsenal winning if we score a goal from now to the ending of the season. If we score a goal, we win the game.
Our hardest 2 games on paper are Liverpool and Newcastle. The last 2 games of us, so everything else are winnable. And that's the thing. But they've got to go and actually do that on the pitch.
Yeah. I'm not confident that we can do that. Last season, I never thought that we could lose. Second half of the season, I never believed we'd ever lose a game.
If we've got Saka back and he's fit to the end of the season.
Yeah.
I think he makes a difference.
Yeah.
And if they'd lost 3, and we go to the Liverpool game, and we win there, let's see what happens on the last day.
Wow. That would be so thrilling, right?
Yeah.
And we're actually, our last game of the season is away. Southampton, I think.
Yeah. That's it.
See you later, Daniel. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
By the way, Mark, there's no agreement with the marriage with Sema. Don't forget that there's no agreement.
Don't you do that? But you doing ref watch on this? Are you doing ref watch on the marriage? I swear to God.
Thank you.
I'm banning him off the podcast moving forward.
He's Howard Webb on Mike Up, isn't he?
He is, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Studs right in and then he jumps off the pitch. I'm clipping that.
Go on. It's all Liverpool's to lose now, so
yeah. And this is the thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
They've got all those 2 weeks to think about. We lost to PSG. We lost to Newcastle. We didn't play well.
I think what hurt them the most would be is the fact that they lost to Plymouth.
Yeah, I mean
that's more insulting than losing to PSG or Newcastle.
Yeah, I mean they didn't put the best team out to be honest against, but they should have still been beaten PSG comfortably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with the team they put out in those 2 legs.
What do you think of the rumour Luis Diaz leaving?
I think that's probably very. I think him and Nunes are two of the players who have targets on the back. Right?
That's half the team gone.
But they've been underwhelming.
Yeah.
Nunes has been a flop. Diaz has been a better player, the better of the 2 players, but he still hasn't put the numbers in, has he?
Yeah.
You can say the same for Jota as well. So if you put like Nunes,
oh my God,
Diaz,
who is this?
I'll not put it up.
Do not put it up. Oh God.
Thank you, Daniel. Appreciate it.
Oh my God. Oh, what happened to Richard?
He's just leaving us to do it, Seema. Should we play some romantic song or?
No, thank you. Oh my God. That was a quick exit.
Richard's like, I'm out of here.
He's like, shit, let me go and get the book, quick. Oh my God. This is a football show, guys. Anyone listening, it's a football show.
Allegedly. But see, it is blushing. You can see how much she's blushing. You can see her
that's
eyes
funny.
smiling. She's never laughed like this in years. You can see that. Her belly's like so sore. She won't sleep tonight. She's
Can
going
we
to
get
have
back to
butterflies.
Liverpool? And Diaz and Nunes going and half the team exiting. I'd rather talk about that. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So you've obviously got the three big players going, and possibly going Salah, Van Dijk, and Trent. So they're going to lose them. And then if you lose Diaz and you also lose Nunes, that's like half their first team almost outside. And then I don't think Jota's been there for them.
Yeah, no.
Jota's been really, really poor as well, Seema. So it's like these guys are in massive transition.
Yep.
So after the season, you might not see Liverpool for like a period of time.
Bit like City, right? Going down and then rebuilding. Like we had to do
Absolutely.
it. We had to do it.
Exactly. We done it organically. Liverpool will do it organically. But the one thing I will say about Liverpool, they're not. They have one couple of things in common with us. One of them is they've got shit American owners, and the second point that they are a very organic club. They will not do it by cheating. They will do it the correct way, same as Arsenal. They've got a heritage to their name.
Yeah.
And that's why, do you know, at the end of the season, I want Arsenal to win the league, and I'm pissed off that we're not going to win the league. Really pissed off. But I could never begrudge Liverpool if they're going to win the title. Prefer them to do it to fucking City and other cheating clubs that are there, Seema. So it's kind of where I stand on it. Totally stand on it. So, Seema, should we get married in the black and gold kit, or are you thinking? Because I'm thinking a bit of Scottish tartan. There's a Scottish tartan. I'll show you. Right, it's a solitaire. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful tartan. I'll send it. I'll send the picture to you so you can pick it.
You know what they say? Let me think about it.
Let me think about it. So you're not saying no. That's the thing. But I think if we had the Scottish tartan in the black and gold kit from last season,
Richard, can you come back on? Daniel, where the fuck? Oh my God. Yeah, undercover Cronky. I'll even talk about the Americans. Just get back on.
Do not leave me with this guy. You're smiling, Seema. You're smiling.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's good. It's, it's ours to win, to play on, to win every game. That's all I can say. And
can you see that happening?
International break. And actually, I'm worried about, I don't know about you, but I'm worried about MLS getting injured in the England squad. He's 18, you know. He's got.
I don't think he'll play. I don't think he'll get game time, if I'm being honest. I think it's his first. Yeah, I think, no, mind you, it's Thomas Tuchel.
Yeah.
He is a bit like, he is that guy that's got the balls to, sorry for my language, but to throw a kid in there and say, like, we're doing this regardless. So, you've got a point there. But you know what? We've got left backs at the club, so would never want Miles to go out. Like, I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
But if any more injuries to our attack, we're basically putting, I don't know. Yeah, there've nothing left up there, so we're just starting to get some players back, and I'm kind of hoping, see if Saka does come back.
Yeah.
See, Matt, and I don't know how you feel about this, but if Saka comes back, Martinelli comes back, will this maybe give Odegaard a bit more confidence? Will this maybe give Trossard a bit more confidence? That, like, guys, we've worked together. Let's do this. We could.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to see Saka back with Ben White. I love their combination. I love their chemistry they have with each other. They can read each other, you know, and that's something that's been lacking. Not being able to read where the pass is going to go. Ben would know where to place the pass exactly to Saka. So in that respect, I like it. But when Martinelli and also with Trossard, there's a bit, you know, they're not being able, you know, the other guys aren't reading them or placing the pass.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, training ground is different in real time, you know, because you don't know what the opponents are going to do. So,
Well, do you know, I seen an interesting start on Sky Sports the other day, and it was out of, it was basically chances created for the striker, and it was with Mourinho up top. And Arsenal were the worst in the league. It was setting up something like 13.5%, where your normal strikers are normally setting up 50-60%.
yeah, wow.
So what it's exactly what you're saying there. That like as to what you're saying. So, but then the real start that comes out that people look at, Mourinho scored 4 goals in 7 games. So is he actually a decent striker?
Yeah,
If we gave him the ball more and understood him more,
yeah.
they're able to pass that ball quicker to him. But he
Yeah.
actually scored more goals. So
Oh, we
it's-
didn't give Richard that much time actually talking about that set piece, because that set piece was properly organised. It was practiced again and again and again. It was very. Everybody's thinking it's going to be Gabriel.
yeah,
No one was thinking it was going to be Merino. You know,
Yeah.
that he would come in like that. I mean, I also think that Calafiori does try and do that as well.
yeah. I would like there's a thing. Actually, see to go back because I don't want to lose my train of thought. See on the Real Madrid game,
Yeah.
would you put Ben White in, who's not played enough games, up against Vinicius Junior?
I think he would handle him well, but then I would also don't mind MLS, because I think if he could handle Haaland, he can handle him.
But so remember, it's
Champions
right.
League is so different, so different. And what we don't want is Real Madrid to actually command the game.
Yeah. Our defence has to win that first battle of the Emirates. Have you got your ticket?
Not for the away game yet, no.
No, for the home game.
Oh yeah, I've got mine for that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get hold of one for my son because he wants to come. So I've asked around a few of my guys, see if they turn up or not.
I'm trying everything on myself to fly over to Madrid. I'll not get to, no chance to get a ticket to the away game, but I want to be part of it. See, man.
Well, I know someone who knows the away end, so they said to me they'll get the tickets for the away end, but I can't control myself, so I don't think it's a good idea for an Arsenal fan to sit in the away end. Not away end, but the home end.
The home end. Do you need to show your passport to the ticket to get in on the home end?
No, I don't think so.
You wouldn't have to.
No.
See, man, don't look at me. Just don't look at me. Just yeah. If that's possible, drop me a DM or a phone call tomorrow, please.
We'll see.
I would do it. Honestly, I would go in.
Yeah.
1,000,000% I'll go in.
Well, let's see how we get on with this first leg, and then I'll have to ask him. So
yeah, if that's a possibility, I would go. I would. I'm there.
Yeah, my son wants to go, and I said to him, yeah, well, you know, but he's like, can we wait till the first leg is over, and then we can see. Plus, also, he's got to get time off work. So
yeah. I'm taking time off work. I don't care. I'm doing it.
Oh no, I mean,
I'm doing it.
Time off work, but he's the one getting married as well this year. So
yeah. Oh, me and him will have a lot in common then. Maybe you should get 2 home tickets.
Okay, let's cut the show now. Okay, let's wrap it up.
Do you want to say your final bits and then we'll wrap
Well, yeah. Sorry, guys. This is definitely not a marriage show. This is definitely an Arsenal show. Okay, it's the Afterthought live show. Thank you for Brian for being on. Thank you for Richard for being on, and thank you for Daniel, and thank you, Mark. So thank you so much, and let's go Arsenal, because it's all ours to win now, and Liverpool's to lose.
Love you all. Up the Arsenal.